So just before I start this video, make sure to drop a big fat like on it. Yesterday's video, I did, I gave you guys a bit of criticism for not liking the video. We smashed 12 likes the last time I looked, which was a couple of hours ago. So thank you very, very much. If we could smash the same on this one, that'd be awesome. But 5 is the target, seeing as we're not loading quite frequently. But tomorrow's video, the match day experience, will be going up. So I look forward to that. Yeah, let's get right into the video. So this could be potentially the biggest game this season. Not only, are we on a bad run of games, I suppose, we need to turn around our form. We are level on points with Bristol City. They are literally above us by 2 goals in goal difference. So this match is crucial to both of our seasons. Whichever side wins it, that could be, their playoff spot confirmed. Obviously not 100%, but do you get what I'm saying? This match has so much importance. So Wilder has no new injury concerns or suspension concerns, which is good. Defender George Baldock might be coming back. He hasn't played since October. I didn't realise. Bristol City, their team news, they're hopeful that Jamie Patterson will be back, the former Forest player. He's been having a pretty decent season as far as I'm aware. Famara Diado, striker for them. He came in and I think he's got a few goals this season, so he would have been good if he was in, but he's out. And then they have a couple more injuries at Bristol City actually. They have Callum O'Dowda, they have Eros Pisano, Gary O'Neill, Milan Juricic, and Jens Hegler, all out injured. So a couple of first team players out of them players I've just said out injured, which always helps, but any good team has depth. Bristol City certainly do. They have Bobby Reid up front, who, although he hasn't got as many goals as Leon Clark, he's been a very good player for him this season. As far as I was aware, at the start of the season, he was a midfielder, but he's been played up front, and he's been outstanding, to be honest. I don't know how it's happened, because as I said, I thought he was a centre mid, not a striker. I thought he was filling in for some injuries, but apparently not. He's probably has to be played at striker, and wow, certainly has made the step up. So we've come into this game about winning 3 matches, as I said earlier, which isn't the best. But we are still in a healthy 4th position with how many points? 5 points off of Ipswich, who are 7th. So 5 points leeway, so either way we're not dropping out of the playoffs, but we probably do need to win this match because Aston Villa are behind us, Derby are behind us, Ipswich, as I said, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Preston, Brentford, they're down to 11th is teams that could easily catch us up after 3 or 4 games. So we definitely do need to be playing well. So I feel like this is enough of my preview. Let's get into my predicted 11. So if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't really planned this because I have thought about it and I can't decide in my head, so I'm literally going to say it as words come out of my mouth. So in there, my heart's saying Moore, my head's saying Blackman, so I'm gonna go with my heart. Simon Moore, not in my opinion. I feel like Blackman, he has been part of us, being where we are. I mean, not being where we are, having the form that we've had. There have been a couple of shots which he could have saved. I'm not criticising. Well, I am criticising him, but I'm not saying I'm not a hater of him. I'm just saying that maybe Simon Moore could do a better job for the next couple of games. We have 2 first team goalkeepers, and we have George Long out on loan. We have plenty of good goalkeepers, and now I just want to give Moore a chance because last season he was critical in our title reign, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm going to go with Simon Moore, give Blackman a little bit of a break. Right wing back, I'm going with George Baldock. Hopefully he will be back for his first his first appearance in over a month. So yeah, he's a very direct player. He knows the position way better than Bash, who's been covering for him, and I feel like it's just a better option to put Baldock there. I'm not really too much else to say. I don't know if Freeman's back either. I think he's back towards the end of the month, towards the start of January. So we should have 2 right backs by then fit. So in the centre backs, this one is a tough one. I'm going to go with O'Connell. I'm going to go for Basham. And and I'm going to go for Jake Wright. O'Connell, Basham, Jake Wright, that sounds about right to me. So out of centre-backs from the last game, I'm dropping Carter Vickers and Stearman, which I feel like is an appropriate decision. They didn't have a best of games from what I've heard against Millwall, and Carter Vickers hasn't been playing too well for some time now. So yeah, I feel like Blackman, he deserves to be dropped just for a little bit of a break. So yeah, I feel like Basham, Wright and O'Connell sounds about right. O'Connell obviously played every game this season. He did lose the ball on Saturday and it was punished, but how many mistakes do you make realistically? Normally when he's forward, something happens, so you can't moan too much. Wilder gets him to go forward, probably not through the centre, but you know, he was trying something new, wanted Jackie O'Connell, but it didn't pay off, and we did end up conceding, so I'm sure he'll know not to do that. Basham, probably better in central areas, either centre-back or centre-mid, which I prefer. Then Jake Wright is probably the best defensive player at the club, to be honest. One of them anyway. He's got a great slide tackle on him, and he reads the game very well too. So yeah, I'm going that. I'm not saying no talks before I contradict myself. In at left back, I'm gonna go for Ender Stevens. I feel like he's pretty much got that position nailed on now. Until he gets his 5th yellow card, which I think he's on 4. Danny Lafferty doesn't really stand much of a chance of coming back in. As much as I'd love to see Lafferty in the lineup, I don't feel like it's going to be happening. Ender Stevens, he probably knows that he's probably going to play every game that he can do. Hopefully Wilder has nailed it into his head though that Lafferty's still competing for that position, because if not, that's why Ender Stevens, that's going to cause Ender Stevens to decline in performances. But I feel like we could maybe sign a new left back in January. I feel like Ender Stevens does need a bit more competition, because Danny Lafferty, he was apparently a weak link for us last year, never mind this year in Championship trying to go up. So yeah, Ender Stevens in at the left back. Centre mids, I'm going for Lundstrom, Fleck and Duffy. They're probably the 3 positions that I am pretty much nailed on with. I feel like Bash could maybe come in and keep, you know, Stearman or Carter Vickers in the lineup. We could maybe bring Carruthers in, we could maybe bring David Brooks in, dropping back, but I feel like Lundstrom, Fleck and Duffy is probably going to be our main midfield until January, when Wilder could maybe sign a player. Fleck obviously loves long ball and making runs forward too. Lundstrom is developing, okay, he's developing, he has got the tools. He just needs to be able to apply them a bit better to his job. And then we have Duffy, who he does enjoy to create space for others. He's lost his pace quite a lot in the last couple of seasons, but he's a good player at the end of the day, isn't he? So Lundstrom, Fleck and Duffy sounds perfect to me. Up front, you know what? Don't really know what to go with. My heart's saying Brooks, but my head's saying Sharp. Went with my heart last time. I think I'm going to go with my heart again. I'm going for Brooks. He obviously scored a goal for us on Saturday. Apparently, he said himself he didn't enjoy the performance. And the goal he actually scored was meant to be a cross. But I feel like on a cold Friday night against Bristol City, he could definitely put them under a cosh over at Bramall Lane. And then, obviously, if you couldn't have guessed already, Leon Clark up front, he has been our star performer for the last few games in some performances where we didn't deserve to get out of. To be honest, there's been some matches where we have deserved points where we haven't got on. Fulham, prime example, they should have got a win against Birmingham, but Leon Clark has been able to provide goals for us in them games to keep us in them. So yeah, that's my lineup as you can see on the screen right now. I'm meant to be going out soon, so I guess this will be 6:30ish upload. If it's not, you know, I'm sorry. But as I said earlier on, 5 likes is the target. Tell me your score predictions down below for the match. I should be uploading a video before the match saying my score prediction, because you know I'm trying to upload every day, and because it's Friday night kickoff, the upload might be very, very late, and some of you guys might not see it because you know you might be asleep. So I try to upload every day of December. This is day 7. I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. So like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day. Bring on Bristol City.